Hello, friends. Today we will play the same game as ours, only here everyone will be replaced by Mr. Tree. Just look at how funny this looks. By the way, it looks like everyone here really has their sounds replaced, and everyone looks exactly the same.
Oh no, just look, he has a bucket on his head. That's extremely unusual.
Okay, I didn't think we'd be playing a mode like this.
Now it looks like some kind of forest or some kind of alley. They are also slightly changed. These sounds sound really strange.
I think we should do a better job of exploring all the sounds that are here. And it looks like they are almost exactly the same as in the original game and are no different.
Okay, let's look at all the sounds. I think we should be able to put together a cool song out of all of them. We have a lot of sounds here, and I think we can actually put together a pretty interesting song.
I really like this sound, but I really don't like the choir because they all look the same and I don't really understand who is making what sound, so we constantly have to check each character separately.
I think we need this sound from here. Okay, now let's add the whistling guy. I think he'll complement our composition perfectly.
Great! That sounds pretty cool. I really like that song. Actually, I'm surprised someone made a mode like that.
By the way, just look. It's a computer. There are some pretty funny sounds here too. Okay, everything that's happening here really does look extremely strange and unusual. I think it's worth trying to explore absolutely everything that's here. By the way, we haven't listened to what this sound sounds like yet. Here, wait, seriously? It seems to me that these sounds are absolutely no different.
I think we should leave these sounds here.
I'm so happy to see how many people around the world are creating mods for our game. It is just amazing that our work has inspired their creativity.
I love it too. Every mod adds something new and unique, and it makes the game even more interesting. I love how creative people are in rebuilding our content.
Haha, I totally agree with you. I am so happy to see how players explore the universe of our game and add their own ideas. It shows that creativity has no limits. And I love watching people make mods with our characters. We get to be part of their creative process, and it's incredible. Community support makes us all stronger.
That's true, Simon. I never thought our characters would inspire people to create something so amazing. It's such an honor for us, and I think this is just the beginning.
You know, I think that mods not only enrich our game, but also create a community around it. Players can share their knowledge and ideas with each other, and this really inspires all of us.
Yes, exactly! I see players connecting through creativity, sharing their projects, and even discussing how to improve the original game. It's great that we can be part of this discussion and get feedback.
And don't forget that this also gives us a chance to learn what people really like. We can use this feedback to improve our games and their elements. Creating shared content is a great way to communicate with our fans.
I love seeing newbies try their hand at making their own versions. Everyone starts with something simple, but then their ideas become completely unique. It inspires me to do something new and exciting.
And this shows that we can all learn from each other. I hope that in the future, we will see even more creative ideas and projects related to our game. The more people join this movement, the brighter our gaming universe will become.
Just look at all the cool mods our little friends make. It's like a huge party of ideas where everyone can add something fun.
Hee hee! Oh, and all these mods look so fun. I love it when guys make colorful characters and funny songs. They are so creative, just like wizards.
I'm happy to see everyone laughing and playing together. It is like a big dance where everyone can be a star. We all create joy and happiness together. Oh yeah, it's like collecting all the candies in the world. Each mod is a new flavor we can try. I want to try them all, especially the ones that make everyone happy.
Okay, I think we've explored this mod quite well. And now it's time to check out another one.
Hello everyone, friends, and today we will play again in the mod about our game. Everything here looks extremely strange. Just look at how everything is drawn here.
But just look, I am everywhere here, and it looks like they drew me here in different forms.
Bro, if I was drawn as ugly, I wouldn't be happy about it at all. Just look at how creepy everything looks here.
Oh my god, is that really the sound of purple? That sounds so stupid. Okay, let's look at Mr. Sun now. To be honest, he looks the funniest here.
It's funny that they decided to use you, bro. I've never seen anything like this anywhere. But by the way, the drawing in this game is really disgusting. Yeah, I think the developers should have put a little more effort into the design here. And by the way, all the sounds in this game were completely replaced.
Yeah, I think the developers should have put a little more effort into the design here. And by the way, all the sounds in this game were completely replaced.
I hope someday someone will make a mode in my honor, and all available characters will transfer us to a separate world.
I think this idea is initially stupid because in this case, we won't be able to compose a song every time because every time we will generate a new world. And here, everything sounds quite good. By the way, I really like this hip-hop.
Yes, these beats really sound very cool. I'm even surprised that they made a separate game about you. And by the way, just look, there are some additional sounds on top. Really? There are 2 buttons on top. I just noticed them. I think we should listen to them right now. And by the way, they sound really unusual. It sounds like some really cool hip-hop beat.
It looks like they tried their best with my mode cool. Even though the drawing here is absolutely disgusting, all the sounds here sound incredibly cool. And I think we can make a really cool song out of them.
To be honest, I'm starting to envy you a little. Besides these sounds, there are also vocals from some really cool rapper who raps here. It sounds incredibly cool. I didn't think anyone could do something so cool.
It looks like the developers really tried their best here. Just listen to what a cool song we got. It seems to me that we have never created something so cool. Okay, well, I think it's time to go to another dimension.
Great idea. Let's move this black hat now. Wow, just look. We really moved someone and everything here looks extremely scary. This red, creepy, flickering background is starting to scare me. By the way, just listen how orange sounds here, and we finally added me to this scene.
Wow, I didn't think the music could be so fast here. It's like some super cool techno beat. I really like this kind of music, and I think we should definitely have a cool song here.
It looks like the developers decided to return everyone to their normal appearance, but redraw them a little differently. Everyone looks pretty scary here too. To be honest, this whole atmosphere scares me a little, especially this red flickering background. I think it can cause epilepsy.
Regardless of this design, the music we hear here is really very strong. I like it. It seems to me that we have never heard such music in any of the mods about our game. Okay, let's continue adding characters here.
To be honest, I don't even really understand who is actually depicted here because everyone here looks extremely strange. By the way, just look at the yellow one. For some reason, he has a huge left eye. And by the way, Mr. Sun sounded just awful here.
Oh yeah, we definitely didn't remove him for nothing. And by the way, that song that's playing, we have sounds pretty aggressive right now. I think we need to add a little more aggression. By the way, we just added Mr. Computer here, but I don't think he's going to add aggression here. Wow! We also added me to this scene. But for some reason, I look like a bear here.
I'm definitely not used to seeing myself like this. And by the way, Mr. Computer sounds pretty good here. And we can also add those secret buttons from above here. But they haven't been changed at all. It seems to me that they slightly spoil the atmosphere. And their sounds have also remained the same. Well, okay, maybe we can remove and I want from here and add other characters here. Yeah, I think we should try to make a cool song. And I think we're picking the best sounds here so far. By the way, that Cyan sound is really weird. It should sound like a bell, but it sounds more like something else.
But we definitely should leave it here because it sounds pretty organic for this song. And now we've added me here. The melody I make really scares me. And by the way, for some reason, the developers decided to put an eye on my screen.
And I like this design even more. Just look at this chaotically moving eye. I think it really suits the scary atmosphere that the game developer tried to create. And the song that we got sounds really cool.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with you. This song sounds really cool. I don't even want to change anything in it. Well, I really like this mode. I hope we'll come back here again. Now let's look at the next mod.
Wow! It looks like it's very different from the original. Everything is green here, and just listen to the first sound in this game.
This is the sound of a drum kick, and I think it's a very cool decision to add it here.
And now we've added Red here, and he also looks extremely strange. Wow, he's been given a sound that's absolutely atypical for him.
I want to hear all the other sounds in the game as soon as possible, because so far I like absolutely everything here.
By the way, the fanbot changes look pretty funny, because it's pretty weird to see him making bell sounds. Well, I definitely like this sound much more than the original. Now let's see how Veneria will sound here.
It sounds like a clap. And by the way, it's pretty weird that she has a road sign right on her forehead. Okay, now let's see what gray looks like.
For some reason, it's rewound with yellow tape, but by the way, it makes a bass sound, and it sounds pretty annoying. But I really like this sound a lot.
By the way, we added brown here, and it also sounds very cool. These sounds really sound much cooler than our original ones. I'm even a little surprised by this.
Now we have added another character here, and he has an exclamation mark above his head. This also looks extremely unusual. It seems to me that the sounds that are in this game are really some of the best sounds that we have heard in modifications about our game. By the way, Cyan is holding a camera in his hand. I wonder what sounds it will make. Wow! It turns out that this is the sound of the flash of this very camera. Well, the sounds in this game really sound extremely unusual. And it is very similar to some cool beat written by Kanye West.
Do you really think Kanye West could write a beat like this? By the way, just look at the purple one. He looks like a giant butterfly. In fact, they really changed him a lot here and added the coolest melody possible.
By the way, just look at the tree. It looks extremely unusual. I have never seen it have such glowing green eyes. It looks extremely scary.
Now we need to decide who we're going to remove from here. I think we should remove the red one and add the yellow one here.
Did you really decide to remove me from here? I felt very offended because of this. Although in fact I really do have a pretty idiotic sound here. But by the way, just look at the yellow one. He has pipes sticking out of his head. It looks extremely unusual.
It's really weird that they decided to depict me here exactly like this, because we didn't even get transported to another more creepy dimension. Maybe in the creepy dimension in this game, I'll look even more scary. And by the way, after we added Wenda here, we found out that she sings in a choir here.
I absolutely love this vocal here. Oh my god, Pink sounds absolutely gorgeous here. I didn't think she could have such a beautiful voice. And besides all this, she now has a third eye on her head. And by the way, we just added black here. But for some reason, we're not transported to another dimension.
By the way, it's really weird that I don't start transforming here. Apparently there is no creepy dimension in this game, and the creepy dimension is only in the main world. Okay, it looks like we're not destined to see more creepy characters. But I think we can stay here and experiment with all these sounds.
I absolutely agree with you. We should create some cool composition here. I am absolutely sure that we should leave the sound of purple and the sound of the computer in this song. I would also be very glad if we left my voice here because it sounds quite interesting. By the way, this tree sounds extremely unusual, but I think we will still remove the guy with a drum cymbal on his head here.
Great idea, let's remove him and think of someone we'll add here instead. I think we should choose something that will add even more harmony to this song. It might be great to add some character here that will create a calm atmosphere for this song. Yeah, this atmosphere is really cool as can be, and I think this calm beat sounds really cool. But I think we should still fill in all the empty spaces here. We already added bell sounds here, and I think we should maybe add some cyan here.
By the way, I completely forgot about it. Maybe it will really add a cool sound to our song. But I think even without it, this song sounds just awesome. In fact, I didn't think that it would be possible to create such cool songs here. And I'm not even sad that there is no creepy dimension here.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I actually didn't think I'd like this game so much, but I think it's amazing and all the sounds that play here are really cool. I hope we'll hear an update for this game very soon, and we'll definitely play it. I'd like to hear more sounds like that.
Well, I think we've enjoyed this game and all the sounds we've heard here enough. I think we'll definitely come back to it someday. And right now, I think it's time for us to move on to another game with really cool sounds that I found just recently.
There are absolutely no our characters here, but there are a huge number of other cheerful singing people here.
By the way, they sound quite interesting. We added only 2 characters, but we already got a pretty cool composition.
This sounds like some really cool beat. I'm really curious to hear all the sounds that are in this game. Let's start exploring them.
So far, our song sounds pretty cool. But all we've added here are different drum sounds. I think we need to add some melody or something like that.
It seems that most of the sounds that are in the top row are percussion instruments. And so far, we have just a beat without melody. We urgently need to fix this because it seems to me that we already have too many drums. Let's see what else is here.
Bro! I think we decided decided that the top row contains only the sounds of percussion instruments. But if you want to explore them all, I won't stop you.
I think Red will decide for himself what sounds he wants to listen to here. And to be honest, I think we added too many drums here. It's time for us to remove something and add something new.
Looks like now we've added blender sounds here. Let's listen to how it will sound in our song. And it seems to me that this sound already looks a little more like some kind of melody. Okay, we should definitely leave this guy here and remove some of the drums from here.
Okay, so it looks like not all the sounds in the top row were actually drum sounds. Because here we finally hear something more like a melody, and I'm starting to like it. But I think we're definitely missing some vocals or something here.
Well, I think it's time to gradually add new sounds here. And now we've added some strange eye that's on a pedestal. To be honest, I absolutely don't understand what kind of installation this is. But it looks like it also has its own sounds.
To be honest, absolutely everything in this game looks strange and unusual, but the sounds here are really very cool. I really like the melody that can be obtained by combining these sounds, and I think that now we did the right thing by removing 3 drum sounds.
Now I think we should add some new sounds here that we haven't heard yet. We only have 3 sounds left, and now we've added some weird hot dog here. By the way, it sounds pretty interesting. It looks like it sets some kind of beat too.
The sound of the hot dog is really very unusual for him. And now we added a guy with glasses here. And to be honest, he plays some kind of synth melody. I think it suits us perfectly.
Do you really think so? Okay, I think in that case we should definitely leave it here. But now I think we need to add something new here. And now we have added this beat. To be honest, its sounds sound extremely strange. Well, I wouldn't say that these sounds are similar to the sounds of a bee. Rather, it is some kind of extremely strange, stupid melody. Okay, I think the best idea would be to remove it from here. And now we've added some huge guy here.
This guy is very huge, but to be honest, the melodies he makes are very hard to distinguish. But I think it would be much better to leave him here instead of that guy with glasses.
Great idea. I think we should remove it and add this girl with the guitar here. By the way, I like the melody she plays much more. We should definitely leave her here.
But now we need to decide which of them we're going to remove. And I think the best idea was to remove this duck from here. Great. Now let's add a huge number of other characters and listen to how they all sound here.
This guy with hot dogs scares me. I am very scared, as is this guy in the mask, but I like his sounds quite a lot. Just like the sounds of this girl who is dancing on the pedestal. Not only does this guy look creepy, but he also sings some stupid song, so we'll remove it from here. But this guy who was really lazy, we definitely have to leave here. And now we've added some weird mushroom here.
Okay, looks like I realize this guy scares me a lot more. Wait, what just happened? We added this giant here, and everything changed its color scheme. Okay, looks like we should definitely keep him here.
By the way, he dances the most funny, and he also makes really cool sounds. We should definitely leave these sounds in our song, but now we need to decide who we will remove from here. And to be honest, I think first we need to add this guy who looks like Bart Simpson.
This guy doesn't just look like Bart Simpson, he is. But to be honest, I think he's too quiet for our tune. He really does make too quiet music, so we definitely need to get him out of here.
Okay, I guess now we need to decide who we're going to add here. And we added these weird rectangles here. By the way, just look. As soon as we added them here, all our buttons on the panel started to mix up and look really weird. Okay, it looks like this sound is making everything lag really bad. I think we need to remove this as soon as possible so that everything stops lagging and we can use all the buttons here normally. Great! After we removed this, everything started to sound normal.
I think we need to remove this as soon as possible so that everything stops lagging and we can use all the buttons here normally. Great! After we removed this, everything started to sound normal.
And I think we've finished creating this song, and we should look at another mode that is very similar to our original one.
This game looks a little different. Here we have replaced sounds and pictures.
By the way, I like the orange sounds much more than the original. Okay, let's see how the other sounds sound here.
Oh, just look at how red looks here, and it seems to me that its sound is much cooler than the sound in the original.
Yes, I like these sounds much more too. Now let's see how this guy with a plate on his head sounds. I really want to hear these sounds.
Now we'll hear them. These sounds are really very different from the original. I hope we'll like them all. So far, we have a pretty interesting composition. I think we should add other characters and hear how they sound here.
We should add 2 characters at the same time. Great! We added them, and now we have some really cool hip-hop beat. So far, I really like how everyone is voiced here.
I think we should continue adding the rest of the characters. Okay, let's do it right now.
We finally added Brud here. I really want to know what sound it will make. Wow, it sounded like some weird bells. To be honest, I don't think it really suited our composition.
I don't think we'll like the green one here very much. It usually always makes some weird noises, and it definitely won't suit us here either. I think we're unlikely to like all the other sounds here, Sky. I didn't always like it either, to be honest. Just like I don't like the sounds of the sun.
Yes, I think they absolutely do not fit any song. Okay, now let's add purple here, but I think it will not please us with any cool hip-hop sounds either.
Let's listen to how it sounds here. Oh no, it definitely doesn't suit us. I don't like this saxophone sound at all. Okay, now let's add some wood here, and it also adds some extremely unpleasant sound.
By the way, I like the sounds of yellow here much more. It sounds much cooler here. Okay, we removed green from here and added Tunner here.
Yes, I always like his sounds. He always sounds quite interesting, and it seems to me that he even fits in this song very well. Okay, now let's add Mr. Fun Computer here. Oh, finally we added him! And by the way, he has completely replaced the lyrics to his song. I like this lyrics much more. It's really nice.
I feel weird hearing myself like this. But you're actually right. These sounds really do sound really cool. And just listen to how Wenda sounds here. She really has one of the best new sounds in this game, and I'm definitely sure we should keep her.
I totally agree with you. Her sounds are really cool. And now we added the pink one here, and to be honest, her sound doesn't really suit us. As well as the blue guy's sounds because they always sing in chorus.
I think it's time to go to another dimension. Wait, we added this guy here and nothing happens to him. Oh no, now I understand what should have happened. It turns out there is also an animation of him transforming. And now we finally go here.
Okay, let's listen to the sounds that are here. I like the orange one quite a lot. Now let's add me. Oh my god, I think they really made fun of me. I look just disgusting here. Oh yeah, you look really weird here. Okay, I think we should try the other characters. By the way, they have been changed quite a bit. They look almost the same as in the original version of the game. But by the way, Funbot looks completely different. And to be honest, his sounds are really cool.
Wait, seriously? Pink finally doesn't sing in a choir? Wow, they really gave her some really cool sounds. I didn't expect to hear her like that here.
And by the way, we just added you here. Let's listen to the sounds you make. Wow, they added a new song for you here too. But to be honest, it doesn't fit our composition at all. Just like the sounds of blue.
By the way, guys, there are only 5 of us so far, but we really want one of our friends to record a video with us. Be sure to write in the comments who else you would like to hear here, and we will definitely add them.
I think it would be really cool to add Venda to our lineup. And the rest of the guys, I think they would be really happy and would definitely agree to shoot new videos with us. I think we will add 2 more characters. But who it will be decided by our viewers in the comments. So let's see what comments they write to us. And after that, we will definitely add someone new here.
Great idea, guys! I totally agree that we should add someone else here. And by the way, our song that we just created turned out pretty interesting. I really like all the sounds here.
To be honest, I never liked the sounds of purple. This guy sounds too loud, and I think we should get him out of here. Let's listen to what the sun sounds like in this game.
By the way, it looks extremely scary. This huge eye that looks straight at me is really very creepy. But its sound is absolutely not suitable for us here. Therefore, I think that we will return Funbot here or try to test some other characters here.
We've already heard that. How does it sound? I think we should remove it and still try to test new characters. By the way, we've already heard it too, as far as I remember. And to be honest, its sounds are too quiet for our song. I think we've heard almost everyone here except Venda. Let's add her here and listen to the sound she makes. Wow, I think she sounds pretty good here. I think we should definitely keep her.
I think we've already heard almost all the sounds that are here, and so I think we should try testing another mode.
Wait, don't tell me it's Pokemon. Wow, I love Pokemon.
By the way, I know absolutely nothing about Pokemon. It seems to me that this is some kind of old man's fun.
Dude, you are very wrong. I love Pokemon too. I watched them a lot as a child. And I also remember in 2016 there was a really cool game about them.
Are you talking about that game where Pokemon spawned in a random place on the map and people actually walked down the street to find them? Yes, I remember something like that. It seems to me that it was a long time ago.
Actually, it was 2016. I remember I played this game a little myself and I really liked it. Let's not get distracted from the game. We have already found 3 Pokemon skins here and they look amazing.
In fact, these 3 skins are the types of evolution of the Pokemon Eevee. I can name them all by name, but I don't want to seem like a nerd to you. And yes, I am a huge fan of Pokemon. And this Pokemon in the center, I think, is known to absolutely everyone. Even people who have not watched a single episode of this cartoon.
Oh yeah, it's Pikachu! He looks really cute, and I know there are a lot of different souvenirs with his appearance. I think that's why everyone knows about him, because at one point he was on absolutely every corner.
We added 2 more skins from the Pokemon universe, and to be honest, this Pokeball looks just disgusting. Okay, as far as I understand, there are several types of evolution of the Pokemon Eevee, and in the middle, we have Pikachu. And apparently, in the regular version of this game, there are absolutely no other skins from Pokemon.
Apparently, the developers were really too lazy to add the rest of the skins from the Pokemon universe, and they also didn't change the sounds at all. They remained the same. But by the way, the song that consists exclusively of Pokemon sounds pretty good. I like it, and I think it sounds very fun and pleasant.
I think we should go to that evil universe and see what Pokemon look like there. Let's grab that big black hat right now and go straight there to see what they look like there.
Great idea. I think it's time to do it, especially since that Pokeball looked as disgusting as possible. So let's go there and see what awaits us there.
Okay, we're finally in this creepy world. Oh my god, just look. It looks like someone killed Pyro.
I am so sad to look at this cute Pokemon. Just look at how they look. It looks like they have been suffering for a very long time. But by the way, it seems to me that these sounds do not suit them at all. It seems to me that the developers should have slightly changed the sounds for Pokemon in this game so that it sounded authentic.
You're right, bro. I also think that the developers should have approached this game more responsibly. And I also think it would be great if the developers replaced absolutely all the skins in this game with Pokemon. But unfortunately, this did not happen. In any case, they look quite interesting and very cute.
Yes, they really should have been added here. But these Pokemon look pretty cute. By the way, just look at this purple Pokemon. It looks like they added some weird speakers to his head. It looks pretty weird because he doesn't even move his mouth. Okay, now let's look at what the Pokeball looks like in this game. And by the way, the developers added a giant eye in the middle like it was in the original.
Anyway, I don't like the sound it makes at all. It sounds pretty stupid. But nevertheless, the song we put together from Pokemon sounds cool in this game. Okay, let's add other Sprunki here now. And by the way, just look at that red guy. It looks like he became a ghost because he's almost transparent.
Yes, this looks really weird. It looks like the developers decided to replace him with a ghost. Let's look at the other characters that are in this game. It is quite possible that they have also been changed somehow. But unfortunately, this guy with a drum symbol on his head has not changed at all.
It is quite possible that some of the other characters have been changed, but we are already adding a 3rd character here, and he looks exactly the same as all the other characters here. Okay, it looks like there are absolutely no changes here. All the characters except Pokemon have remained the same, and their sounds are absolutely the same as they were in the original versions of the game.
Yes, I also think that in this game there are absolutely no changes. Maybe we should explore other characters like the computer, but unfortunately he also sounds exactly the same as in the original. It seems to me that here all the other characters really remained exactly the same.
I think we should add this yellow guy here. I never liked his sound at all.
but maybe there have been some changes here. Wait, does it seem to me that he started to sound different? Yes, he has pauses in his song, but nevertheless, nothing else has changed here at all. So I think it's time to move on to another modification about Sprunki.
Okay, here they look completely different, and it seems like they even sound new. Okay, well, I really want to hear what kind of composition we'll put together here.
So far, I really like absolutely all the sounds that are here. It seems to me that it even sounds very much like some kind of cool hip-hop.
I think this is exactly what this game was missing. Just listen to this cool sound that Funbot makes.
It looks like he had some new beat recorded, and here we will hear it. And now we need to listen to what sounds will Green make. But it looks like these sounds are too quiet for our composition.
So I think we should find someone to replace him. I think we'll take this guy with a bucket on his head. Let's listen to how he sounds. Wow, they really changed his sounds a lot, and I like this sound much more than his previous one. I think we'll keep him. And now, let's add Garnold here.
I'm very curious to know what sounds it makes. I think the sound is pretty boring. It's too loud and sounds over the entire composition. I think it should be removed and instead add some lime.
That's a great idea. Let's add him here. But to be honest, I never liked his sound. He sounds too weird, and this time his sound is almost no different from his original version. So I think we'll remove him this time too and replace him with another character.
Okay, I think that would be a great idea. Instead of it, we should add some sky blue. I think it would definitely fit our composition perfectly. But to be honest, I don't really like the sound of it either.
So far, the other sounds don't really fit with our hip-hop composition. We need to add something else here. Next up is Mr. Sun, and by the way, his sound was replaced pretty cool. Now I like the music he plays there.
I think we'll even have to leave him here along with all the other characters because he fits our composition quite well. And now we'll find out what Derple sounds like. And to be honest, his sound is extremely strange. He sounds like some kind of saxophone or something like that.
I don't think this is the character that will perfectly fit our song. Just listen to the sounds he makes. This guy is really bad. And now we'll add Simon here, and to be honest, his sound also sounds somehow incomprehensible. I don't think this is the sound we need in this song, so he should also be deleted and replaced with someone else.
I totally agree with you. It feels like this sound doesn't suit us at all. So I think we should explore the rest of the characters that are left here. And now we should add this whistling guy named Tunner.
Great idea. I've always liked just the way it sounds, but I think it suits me especially well in this song. And now we'll add Mr. Fun Computer here, and just listen to how it sounds. My God, they replaced the whole song and the lyrics in it. I really like the way it sounds.
We should definitely leave him here because I want to hear his new singing in this game. But now we need to choose which of all the other characters we will remove, and I think we have already made our choice. Okay, now let's add Wendy here and listen how she sounds here.
Wow, just listen to her. She makes some really cool hip-hop sounds. We should definitely keep her here, and instead we'll take out Mr. Sun and Mr. Fun Computer.
Great! I think we removed those characters that we absolutely didn't need. And now that we've brought those two characters back here, it sounds like real hip-hop. Well, I think we should explore the other sounds that we haven't heard yet.
We added Pinky here, and she does some weird choir singing. To be honest, I don't like it at all. And neither does Jevin's choir singing. So we're gonna add a guy in a hat here now.
Wait, what's going on? Why isn't he making any sounds? Is it just me, or is the game lag? Oh my God, what's happening to him? Just look, he's starting to turn into something, and now we've been transported to the other world.
And here, all the sounds are also very different from the sounds in the original game. Just listen. This very fast hip-hop beat reminds me of the songs of the Prodigy group. Although it seems to me that most of our subscribers do not even know about this group.
I think our subscribers are not so young as you think. By the way, just listen to all these sounds. They really sound very loud and very cool. I really like the sounds that happen here.
Yes, these sounds really sound very cool. We get some extremely cool songs. It seems to me that this is what the game was missing the most. By the way, just listen to how they replaced Garnold's voice.
Okay, I really want to hear all the other sounds besides Garnold. All of the ones we added sound really cool. But I think we should replace this character now and add Lime instead. I really want to hear how it sounds here.
And this guy always sounded a little weird to me. I don't think he could make an interesting sound even in this other world. Just listen to him. This sound sounds the weirdest. Okay. Okay, now we tried adding Sky here, but he also doesn't sound right for our song.
Let's try adding Mr. Sun here. But to be honest, his sounds also sound extremely strange. It seems to me that all the characters from the bottom line of icons will sound inappropriate. They all look somehow extremely strange, and to be honest, they do not fit into the concept of our melody.
We need to hear all the available characters in this game anyway. Now we've added Mr. Happy Computer and Wenda here. And to be honest, I don't really like the sounds of Mr. Happy Computer, but Wenda sounds really cool here.
Wait, did you really call him Mr. Happy Computer? That's not the right name for this character. Okay, it looks like we've explored absolutely every sound in this game, and to be honest, I really like them all. Now I suggest we move on to the next game where all the Sprunks will be babies.
Just look at these extremely cute babies. They look very cool, but the sounds they make are absolutely no different from the original. Although I like the graphics in this game very much.
I didn't think that such a scary character as you could be touched by children. But to tell the truth, these kids really do look extremely cute. I think they touch absolutely everyone.
Just look at them all. They look extremely cute. But I really hope that in scary mode they won't look scary because I think that such little ones definitely shouldn't be bullied.
I just thought about this too, and I hope that they really won't look scary. I really wouldn't want to watch how these little ones are scared, because just look at their cute eyes. How can they even be scary?
I think sooner or later we will definitely find out about this. And now we need to look at how these little ones have been changed here. And by the way, it seems to me that we have created a rather interesting composition. Now let's add the sun here.
By the way, the melody that the sun makes is very suitable for all these babies. But I think for now, we will remove this sun from here, because we need to see what all the other characters here look like. By the way, this purple demon now does not look scary at all. He looks very cute with these long horns.
And now we'll add this tree here. By the way, just look. A hollow has appeared in this tree, and in this hollow there is some very funny face. It looks like it's the one making all these sounds. Okay, now instead of a tree, we've added a yellow guy here, and this yellow guy also looks extremely cute.
I think they really look much cooler in this game than in all other modes. Okay, I think we've already looked at these two characters below, and now we'll add a white barking baby here.
Oh my god, I didn't think these characters could be made so cute here, but they all look so cool. I really wish they looked exactly like this in the original mode. And now we've added this pink bunny who also looks really cool.
There are only 2 characters left that we haven't seen here, and I think right now we should look at what they look like. Now we should add this guy in the blue hood, and I think we'll add him here instead of this orange baby. Okay, he hasn't changed much. He just got a little smaller.
I don't think we've even looked at what the blue character looks like here yet. Let's try removing one of the characters we have and adding him here. Wow, he looks like a really cute little blue bear. Now we need to add that creepy hat here.
Oh my god, I don't want to see how creepy these kids are going to look. Wait, seriously? Can't we add creepy mode here? Okay, I think that makes sense. Because these are kids. And I think there definitely shouldn't be anything scary here, and there definitely shouldn't be blood.
And in the gallery, there is nothing scary here either. Here is simply written a list of all the updates that were in this mode. Well, okay. It looks like the developers are really very worried about no one bullying children, so they decided to take such a step. It's very cool, and it seems to me that this game looks even better.
By the way, we haven't looked at what this green and loud guy looks like here. He also looks extremely cute. In the original mode, he looked pretty creepy because of his giant black eye and the sounds he makes. But here he doesn't evoke any emotions other than affection.
Yeah, I think we need to focus on putting together a composition of the cutest characters here. By the way, this character started adding some weird vibration. Honestly, I don't remember that in the original mode, although maybe it's just my imagination.
I'm sure that such a character has already been in this game. Well, okay, I think we should try to create some kind of children's song now since all our characters are children. Let's try to create something cute. I think we should add this xylophone sound here, and we should definitely add the sound of the sun here.
I think we should remove this robot from here because it does not sound like an element of a children's song at all. Instead of this guy, we will add the sound of the sun here. And also we should add the sound of a computer here so that we have a funny voice in this song.
Okay, I think our song sounds pretty childish now. And I also think we should remove this electronic sound from here and instead add the sound of a tree. but I don't really remember which of the sounds here is electronic. It's quite possible that it's the sound of that same yellow guy who is second here.
I think you're right. We should check it out. Yes, that's it! Great! We got it out of here. And now instead of it, we should add the sound of this tree here, because I think she adds a really funny sound here.
It turns out the sound of a tree is also not suitable for this song, and it seems to me that this purple demon will suit here much more than he does. Okay, in principle, our song sounds quite childish.
I think we have already checked absolutely all the sounds in this game, and in fact they all sound absolutely the same as the sounds in the original version of this game. The only difference in this game here is only that the characters here look completely different. Well, in fact, this mode is pretty cute, and I think that we should explore another mode today.
We immediately found ourselves in some kind of creepy world. Oh my god. Just look at how these guys have changed. They look very scary from the very beginning.
Yeah, they look really creepy. Oh my god, I freaked out when I saw that giant eye in the background. Wait, do you see that guy has really creepy spikes coming out of his eyes?
Besides this design, the developers also tried and changed all the sounds here. Now we need to put together the perfect song.
Just look at how they changed this guy. He has absolutely no eyes, but his mouth opens really wide. But I don't like the sound it makes. Now let's look at this green guy.
It looks like some kind of giant stem with eyes. In general, it's some kind of plant. But to be honest, I don't understand what it really is. And the sounds this plant makes are also extremely unusual.
I don't think they fit this song. They're slightly out of time and just sound really dumb. Oh, just look at how they changed this guy. It looks like he got hit in the face with some kind of projectile.
I wonder what sounds he makes, but I think we will never know. In general, it seems to me that his sound sounded extremely stupid. Now, let's add the next character here, and I think we will add him in the last place. In general, he has absolutely no head. I am surprised that he can make any sounds at all.
Oh my god, this sounds extremely creepy. I have the feeling that we have entered an atmosphere that is even worse. And by the way, have you noticed that immediately after we add these sounds to the main scene, they disappear from our toolbar?
Yes, this is really very strange. I really want to see what will happen as soon as we add all these sounds here. And by the way, so far it seems to me that all these sounds together look very creepy.
Okay, I think not all the sounds here fit perfectly. Most of the sounds here sound pretty weird. Now let's add this black sun here and listen to how it sounds.
It sounds pretty weird. These sounds really sound unusual and are very different from the sun from the original mode. Okay, let's continue to explore the rest of the sounds that are here. Now we have added this purple guy, and I'm very curious to know what sounds he makes.
This purple guy also makes some pretty weird sounds. He actually twitches in a really interesting way when he makes them. But I don't think he fits our composition. So I think we should keep exploring the sounds that are here.
Now we've added some extremely strange geometric figure. It's actually very interesting that it can make sounds, but it makes some sounds similar to synths. Okay, they sound pretty ridiculous, but nevertheless, I think we'll leave them and remove this blue guy instead.
Yes, he definitely doesn't suit us. Instead of him, we'll add someone new. By the way, now let's look at how this yellow guy looks and sounds. In general, they didn't change him that much. They just made him a huge mouth, and in fact, his sounds are extremely unusual for him. He makes some strange bells.
I think now we should choose who we will remove from here. And I think the best choice would be to remove this strange geometric figure and instead add a new guy. And just look at his extremely strange head. It seems that his head looks so scary that they decided to censor it with a huge black rectangle.
I think it's for the best because maybe if it really did look really bad there, YouTube wouldn't let us release this video. Now let's see how they changed this computer. And they really did add new animation to it. But the sounds it makes sound stupid, so we'll definitely remove it from here.
Yeah, these sounds are really dumb. And I don't think they would fit in any song at all. So we'll take it out of here. By the way, just look. We added this white guy here. And at the bottom, instead of his icon, the word really appeared.
It looked as creepy as possible, but his sounds were also very stupid. Oh my god, just look at this guy. He looks very scary. He has no part of his head, and instead of a stomach, he has a huge hole. And his ribs are sticking out. Okay, the sound he makes suits us. And instead of him, we remove the guy who was at the very beginning.
And now we've added a blue guy who sings in a choir. And to be honest, it seems to me that he absolutely doesn't suit us either. And by the way, the last character for today will be a guy in a hat. But to be honest, he doesn't have a hat at all, and he doesn't make any sounds at all. Okay, it even looks stupid, so I think we should remove him too. And now let's try to completely clear this scene.
By the way, the pictures that should be at the bottom have not returned. They just disappear, and black dots appear instead. It looks like we really don't have any options to add new characters here. And by the way, the gallery here also looks extremely strange. Here are the pictures of these characters, and the word lazy is written over them.
It looks like we have absolutely nothing more to explore in this game. We looked at all the possible sounds here, and we can't repeat them again. Well, okay, this game was pretty creepy, and it really scared me a lot with its images. And by the way, wait, it looks like we can bring the orange guy back here. But he makes absolutely no sounds, and instead of adding new characters, this character is simply cloned. Well, it looks like this is some kind of bug, or this is a special feature of this game. And now let's look at another mod about Sprunki.
In my opinion, it works somehow strangely. Wait a minute. I am in the developers of this game decided to add me here, only as a second character, and I look here as strange as possible, but it seems that I have no animation.
It looks like not all the characters have been replaced with us here. Okay, some characters seem to have stayed the same. I'm very curious to know, will there be characters with replaced sounds here?
I really want to know this too. Let's try listening to the other characters. But it seems like the sounds here are still the same. By the way, I really want to know under which icons our characters are still there.
In general, I'm very interested to know who else was added here because so far we've seen 2 characters, one of whom looked extremely strange and lagged a lot.
I think we need to continue to explore all the characters here. But it seems to me, to be honest, that only those characters who have changed icons have been replaced. So we should first look at those characters who have different icons.
And I think I already see such a character. I'm very sorry that the developers decided to add me here, but I lag here very much, and therefore I am almost invisible. But Zooble looks pretty funny here.
It seems to me that as a new character, we can't even hope that we will be here, because we haven't been added to any game or Roblox mode yet. So I think we should continue looking for you here. And by the way, they even added a bubble here. But to be honest, he doesn't look like his real self at all.
I'm really interested to know which other characters will actually end up here. I think we should explore all the other icons in search of other characters. But to be honest, there aren't that many icons left. By the way, it's really funny that I'm here, but I'm drawn in the most idiotic way possible.
Do you really not like how you are drawn in this game? Have you even seen how they depicted me here? I think that no one looks worse than me here. Okay, I think we have 2 last icons left. By the way, just look. It turns out that the penultimate icon was Jax all this time.
But you are lucky that you were added to this game at all. We just have to watch how funny you sing here. Okay, I think it's time to put on the last creepy hat and go to the creepy world. By the way, just look at how huge the bubble has become in this world. And by the way, this icon with the eye looks pretty funny here.
I really don't think it should look that big. It looks so weird. Let's try to place these characters. Oh my god, just look at her. What happened to her? Her second eye fell off.
Oh my god, what have they done to me? Just look at my face. It looks really scary. I'm even scared to look at the screen. I really don't want to see myself like this.
I think it's better to look creepy than to look idiotic like the developers did to me. They really just increased my size and now I look gigantic. God, I think this is the worst change in this game.
I really hope that I won't be in this game. At least the normal version of me wasn't here. Wait, seriously? What is this me? And it looks like I'm sitting here sad with a broken mask. But the sounds I make are really idiotic.
Yes, here you really look as funny as possible. In general, it seems to me that all the illustrations for this game were drawn by some little child. And by the way, they look very contrasting compared to other characters. I think it would be great if in this game, the developers changed the sounds that the characters of the amazing digital circus make to the sounds of our intro.
I really want to know what the other characters here look like, but it looks like this is still a beta version of this game and the developer hasn't added all the pictures here yet. But I think it will definitely happen someday. But for now, all the characters here look extremely unusual. And by the way, all the sounds in this game have remained the same.
In general, I am very glad that our fans really showed great attention to our cartoon and added our characters here. It really looks extremely cool. But I am very upset by the fact that it is my image that lags the most here. And technically, it is as if I am not even in this game.
I think that someday, this will definitely be fixed, and the developers of this mode will really add all the characters here. It would be great if at least someone finally added us to these modes, because it seems to me that the viewers of your cartoon series absolutely did not like us.
I think you just need to be a little patient because you are new characters, and not much time has passed since the release of the new episode. So you should just wait a little, and sooner or later someone will definitely add you to some Roblox mode. It was the same last time with new characters.
By the way, the very character that appears when we select the icon with the eye is actually a digitized character, like what happened with Kaufmo. But it's quite difficult to understand because this character should also have multicolored eyes, but no one added them here.
Well, I think we have explored absolutely all the characters in this game. And right now, I suggest looking at another mod for this game that should be interesting.
Usual Sprunki again? Okay, that sounds interesting. And it looks like I can already see that they've changed their skins.
Wait! Is it just me, or do the characters that looked like this in the original game start sounding different now? I definitely remember that guy with the bucket on his head making completely different sounds, as did that green character.
It looks like absolutely all the characters here are mixed up, and now they have completely different sounds. By the way, yes, these two green characters have been swapped. Now the guy who made these interesting shaker sounds has been replaced by some other guy.
I think it's time to learn the names of these characters because we play this game very often. And by the way, one of our subscribers wrote us the names of absolutely all of these characters in the comments. But to be honest, it seems to me that it is absolutely impossible to learn them.
I think we should start small. And I know for sure that the green character is called Vinegar. At least that's what they told us in the comments.
Actually, there are actually two green characters here. But I don't think we should focus on that. Although I would actually be interested to know which one is that.
Just look at this funny mushroom. It looks like the developers of this game replaced the tree with a mushroom. Okay, this looks as funny as possible, but I still don't like the sound.
By the way, this guy with a bucket on his head looks extremely funny. But this sound doesn't suit us here either. But this purple guy was beige before. I remember this for sure. And it seems to me that the purple guy made slightly different sounds here.
In general, everything is quite simple. In fact, in this mode, all the characters are mixed up with each other. It remains only to find out what will happen to these characters in that very creepy otherworldly world.
Okay, I really want to see it, but just how they changed the characters here. By the way, just look at this creepy guy. He still makes that horrible sound. Wait, is it just me? Or do the characters still have their original sounds, but their appearance is slightly changed?
It looks like you're right. Their textures are really changed. And by the way, they look really cool. But I'm really glad that these sounds are still here. By the way, the fourth character is still changed. The developers added a computer character here, but it looks like the character was still replaced.
By the way, the whistling guy was also replaced. Now he is purple. I recognized him by this hole in his head. Okay, now let's add the one who was replaced by a computer. Oh my god, I think in this video it will be extremely difficult for us to remember the names of the characters. But I think that here the character named Funbot was replaced by Mr. Fun Computer.
I think it was a little backwards. Oh my god, I'm really confused here. Well, I think our subscribers won't mind if we continue calling them by color in this video. But in the next video about this game, we'll definitely call them by name.
Now I want to understand which character was replaced by whom. But to be honest, I think in terms of the location of the sounds, everything is already quite clear from the location of the icons of these characters. By the way, wait, this white character is somehow new. I think we haven't heard this sound yet.
I think you're wrong. We've definitely heard that sound before. Well, I think we should look at the skins of all the characters that appeared here. And that yellow character looked the most creepy because you could see part of his brain.
By the way, these characters really look extremely creepy, especially this character with a plate on his head. I was always scared to look at him because he really does have half his head missing. Okay, let's look at all the others. And by the way, it seems to me that both of them look extremely creepy here.
By By the way, it's quite strange that this character was completely changed. Before this, it was the character of the sun, and now this character is the moon. Okay, now we've added this beige guy. By the way, in the original game, this beige guy whistled, but here he makes some kind of strange bass. But it seems to me that it doesn't suit our song.
By the way, we haven't seen this dark guy yet, but it seems to me that the sound he makes sounds pretty weird. Let's listen to it. Yes, this guy makes sounds of choral singing. And to be honest, this sound doesn't suit us at all. By the way, this blue bear looks really creepy here. They tried to rip part of his face off.
Okay, I think we should remove him from here because he also makes some pretty weird sounds. And in general, it seems to me that this game has started to lag a little. Okay, let's add this character here. I think he looks really cute. And in general, he looks a lot like this white character. I think they should be next to each other.
Yeah, I think these characters synergize with each other perfectly, but they both look crazy. Well, we tried adding that beige guy again, but he doesn't fit at all. So we'll add a computer that makes cool drum sounds.
I really like the sound of the drums this guy makes too. Just listen to them. I think they sound pretty cool, but I think they sound too quiet. It would be great if the developers added the ability to increase and decrease the volume of some characters here.
I think we've looked at all the new skins in this game, and right now we should move on to another version of this game that will be a little more interesting.
I remember we already played something similar where there were also these unusual characters. But here they look exactly the same as in the most ordinary version.
They even sound exactly the same. I really want to know what the real catch is here. Let's continue playing, and I think sooner or later we'll find out.
It seems to me that all the sounds that we added here look exactly the same as in the original version. And even the characters here are no different. We need to try to check what is really the difference here.
For now, let's just continue making up the song. By the way, I started to like the sound of that white character. It sounds pretty interesting, despite the fact that it sounds like a dog barking.
And I'm actually a little scared by this sound. It really sounds very strange. Well, okay. Well, I think we should try to put here all the characters that are in this game. But to be honest, there are absolutely no differences yet.
Yes, indeed! They sound like the most ordinary characters, and I still don't understand at all how this game could be different. The only possible difference here is that very creepy world. But I think we should first explore the ordinary world of this game.
And it seems to me that the explorer of the ordinary world in this game has absolutely no point, because here everything looks identical to the original mode. I really do not even hear the difference in sounds. This is just the most ordinary mode. Maybe now we should try to go to the creepy world.
Okay, I think this is a really great idea, because there really is nothing new here yet. Let's take this creepy black hat and see what awaits us in the second world.
Wait, what? There aren't those creepy black eyes in the background? Wait, just look at these guys. They're alive and they're okay. They just have some weird bandages on them.
It looks like in this mode all these characters are still alive, and that's great. Just look at them. They look kinder and not as creepy as in the original game. It looks like they just got into some kind of trouble, but they look just great.
Yes, it looks like they are still alive here, and it's just wonderful. Just look at them. There is no creepy atmosphere here that was in the previous part, but the sounds are the same. It's very cool.
Yes, this is really extremely strange. I am not even used to seeing them like this. But it seems that this was done for particularly sensitive people who were very scared when they saw this game. And to be honest, I understand these people very well, because I was also very scared when I saw all this.
But some characters in this game remained unchanged, like this robot and this sun. They look exactly the same as they looked in the previous part. And by the way, this guy in the hood also remained exactly the same. It seems that not all characters in this game suffered after all.
Yes, this really looks extremely unusual. By the way, just look. There are 3 characters here whose faces are wrapped in absolutely the same way. It would be cool to put them as close to each other as possible because they suit each other very well.
Cool. Now they are standing next to each other, and I think we should continue to look at all the characters that are in this game. By the way, this green guy also remained exactly the same as he was, but the guy who had a bucket on his head now looks a little different. He has all the parts that were torn off in the last game wrapped up.
I am extremely happy with the fact that there is no violence shown here, because in the last game, all the violence that was in it really scared me a lot. But here, all the characters look pretty cute. And by the way, this purple demon looks exactly the same as he looked in the original game. This is very cool.
Like this yellow guy. He doesn't look like a giraffe at all as he should look. And by the way, here is this guy who whistles also with some changes because he has a patched hole in his forehead.
I didn't think that this game would have really such big changes. And by the way, now we've added this computer. But its song has been changed, and those creepy words aren't displayed on the screen. It looks like this character has undergone the biggest changes, because removing the cruelty from this character was really quite difficult.
By the way, this white dude was also slightly remade.